Good morning, everybody. Beautiful day here in Agawam, Massachusetts. This is Hubby with Just About Anything Garage. And it's September 16th, a little behind the action scenes on another episode for you. I think we're at what, episode 8 or 9 here. And not super compelling stuff, just some behind the scenes things that you need to do when you're getting projects together. And one of them was I wanted to get the key out of the Corvette. And right here, and pull off the lock for the cover, and of course the key's stuck. I don't know if you need to insert it back on in order to get it to do it, but we've got it down, and we need to go ahead and we need to clean that up a little bit. As you can see, we've also put some penetrating oil on these so that we can go ahead, and we're going to take the whole thing down and get up under here and clean a little bit. But you see, it's solid. It's really solid. It's just surface rust and Texas dirt, which is caliche based, so it's kind of protecting it. This we hit with it and loosened it up, and it came right down. So we'll clean that up, make sure everything works real good. And we got the antenna over here. We'll obviously have to replace on that. But the other thing is, if you're real lucky, if we're quiet here for just a little bit, and maybe I'll just open it up when it happens, is I got a stupid woodpecker, and you can hear that sucker banging on my wall when he gets going. So if he does that, I'll treat you to a little woodpecker music. Other than that, we'll just pick up a couple other things that we're doing in the shop here behind the scenes that I don't generally put on tape because it's not super compelling content. But just let you know that there's things to do. Like on the Muncie here, we've gone and we've put a thing of 85W90 in it. It was not very full. It was pretty low. So we drained it and put some more in it. We're going to get another one to fill it up because it's probably right about here. It needs to come up a little bit more. And up here, as you can see, you'll probably see this on the Vet thing too, in that project. But we've got the wires on the starter all routed and pulled back so that they're away from the header. And I need to rework the ignition wire that tells the starter to go. I made it long, too long. We need to cut it back and attach it to that, but that won't be any big deal. Other than that, we just kind of keep tinkering to get things together and get everything ready. And we'll just kind of show you the non-super compelling content on the behind the scenes stuff where we do it. The other thing that we did is we cleaned up the other stuff that we brought up. Of course, we brought up, if you remember in the last episode, a whole bunch of the woodworking stuff, and we're going to swap blades and use it because we got some construction that we need to do with respect to the C30 to do the bed and the slider mechanism for it. So we wanted to get a couple things up here and get them ready. And we set the sander up, and it's working. Get some edges sand down, and we got the bandsaw set up, and it's got the wood blade currently on it, but it's working as well. Got it all adjusted. But we'll go ahead and we'll get a very fine metal blade on that so that we can cut. We'll probably have to move that from here because it won't have enough depth for some of the things that we're doing, but that's okay. We'll move it out. I had a rusty surface here, so we stopped for a second and we painted that and got it a nice gray to protect it from sitting out there. But that's just some of the behind the scenes stuff we need to do. The parts rack, we got to find a home for that now that we move things out and rearranged a little bit, but we'll get that stuff done. So a little bit behind the scenes. We'll put in a couple more clips in here of things we're going to do, like clean these up. These are the covers. I've had these. They're actually Vet covers that we're going to clean up. They're supposed to be in this Signy here. It's missing, and you can see it's oxidized, so we'll clean it up. We're going to paint these Chevy orange. We'll clean them up, paint them Chevy orange, and I'll probably take a sponge and just tap these with black so that we have black highlighting that goes in the motor when we get the motors done. But that's not super compelling, so we'll just put it into the... Oh, there he is. He's back. Let me bring you over and you can hear him. Stupid woodpecker. Annoying. and he'll go away for a while and then he'll come back. But what he's trying to do is he's trying to get the bugs that are embedded in there. We have carpenter ants and carpenter bees around here, and he tries to get to them. We treat for it, but they still come back. Anyways, we'll be back with a little bit more on behind the scenes here. We appreciate you guys. Thanks. All right, so a little bit more behind the scenes. This is from the Corvette. We pulled off the tire changer and the underbase. We're going to clean those up and get them ready. Go back in there. The reason we're doing this on behind the scenes versus in the main video is that the main video wants to focus on getting the motor ready and making it go broom. So that's what we're going to focus on for that. We're waiting for parts, but we still got to get some of this stuff done. And, you know, when we did that, we exposed up under here for the tank. The tank looks pretty good, actually. But this is obviously a vent hose, which goes to nowhere. But what I think is, if you look right up there, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little nozzle up there it's supposed to plug into. So we'll get some, it's a little stiff, a little bit more flexible hose and replace that for that. We'll come in here and clean up, you know, these bolt holes where everything bolted on, and over in here where these are embedded, we'll run a tap through it to make sure that it's all good and clean. And, you know, we'll hit this with a quick brush with the wire wheel and knock it down, hit it with a little paint just to keep it fresh, in good shape. But this is all in really good shape here. Everything is hanging in there really good. All right, a little bit more behind the scenes, stuff that generally doesn't make it to the main tape. We'll be back. Well, hi everybody, a little bit more back behind the scenes action and how to screw up something, okay? Had a set of chrome covers for this, right? Didn't want to use them. Cleaned them up, scratched them up. Went ahead and hit them with some gray primer. Everything came out really good. Like that. It was a regular base primer. And then I just went to make a Chevy orange, and look what it did. Fish-eyed like crazy. Wrinkled everything. Apparently, the Chevy colored enamel is not compatible with that. So we were trying to avoid buying covers. Looks like we're going to get a set of covers for it. But that's some of the stuff that happens behind the scenes. Just wanted to let you know. All right, so how about some more behind the scenes action? Getting ready for the cold weather and winter, of course. Oh, a little side trip first. This tire here, P245 60R15, came off of one of the vet wheels. This is the trailer tire that I had extra. That will not fit on. It's a 15-inch tire, but because of the aspect ratio and width difference, you can't get the top bead to set. So just in case you were wondering, you can't do that. I found that out. So we're getting a tire that will fit. But some after behind the scenes work, getting ready. Right here you see this big brown spot where the Chrysler LeBaron, well, actually people get on me for that. The Imperial LeBaron, the Chrysler model put out. It's an Imperial done at the LeBaron Motor Works facility, and offered by Chrysler. And we took it and we moved it down here to its winter space, fall. Get it parked, got it covered. It's going to go next to the Shelter Logic where we're going to put the boat in it. So you might be asking, why the boat in there and not parked on the side like the other ones? Well, these are actually going to get pulled out and covered. We want to put the wood boat in there like we've been talking about it, because I want to keep it protected because it's wood and it got some water in it. But we moved the Chrysler down here, fits nice in this little corner right here during the winter, just to get it out of the way so we can have active projects close to the shop and run. Now, good news is this is getting ready to start probably a late spring project on. We're going to go through, clean it up. It's smoking a little bit. It's leaking oil valve covers, other little things it needs. The work that the previous person or the one before that did is a little bit suspect in some areas. Like they put new kick panel metal in and they riveted it. And I'm not sure if they really attached it completely to any substructure underneath. So we're going to need to address that. But just a little bit behind the scenes. Fits nice in here. Cover will be fine. Not too worried about the trees over here falling or dropping ice or anything on it. We should be good with that. So just a little bit behind the scenes action. Get ready to move that and park that in here. We had to work with the neighbor because the gate that we currently have in the side access over here, and this is mostly my property on the side anyways, not theirs. We just allow them to use it so they have a little bit bigger yard. Otherwise they have a very midget yard. Is going to rework the gating, so I have a 16-foot gate that swings towards their house so I can get through, because right now it's like, what, 2 5-foot panels, 10 feet. I can't get through there and turn it and make the corner with the trailer because I tow with the Suburban, and that thing's 18 feet long and the trailer's 18 feet long, and I'm going to clip the corner of the post right here if I do that. So see the 2 panels coming down, 1 2, the new one's going to be there, and it's going to come over 16 feet and then do that, so we'll have much more room to come in. And we're coming like this way into this gate that I'm standing in front of, so we'll have plenty of access for that, so no big problem. But we've got this all cleaned up, and well, we're cleaning it up so that we got close stuff here for when we're working during the winter and the fall times. So a little behind the scenes actions, what you need to do in order to have a successful channel, hopefully. Anyways, all right guys, thanks, and I think we'll wrap this one up right here, compile all that footage and get it out to you. So we appreciate you watching. Do all that jazz for me if you would, and we'll come at you with another episode of Behind the Scenes. Plus we're getting ready to release the vet video, the 3rd one in it, having the motor just about ready to fire here. A little quick glimpse of it. Won't have the water pump on it, but we'll at least be able to get it to fire. Everything else is hooked up and ready to go. So again, thanks a lot for watching. We appreciate you guys.